Friends, good evening. In fact, in India, we say good evening. We don't say something like what you people start here in the after sunset. You might be saying good afternoon or this that, but we start as evening, and then we end up as good night because we have been colonized by British for 250 years. Old habit die hard. Anyway, I welcome all of you on behalf of UPL team in the Philippines. You must be wondering what is UPL. UPL is a multinational company with its operations in almost all the 5 continents. We do have more than 28 factories globally located. Most of our old factories are in Europe, particularly in Bassins, in France, in Catania in Italy, in Rotterdam, and then after we followed into American continent. We do have factory in United States, in Costa Rica, in Central America, in Colombia, in the Latin America. We also have factory in India, in Turkey, in Vietnam, in China. All in all, about 28 or 29 plants we are operating in. Incidentally, we are the 10th largest agrochemical company in the world today. And we do have shareholdings from almost all over the world. It's not typically only an Indian company. We do have equal French, American, as well as Italian stake into this organization. Of course, I'm only 4 years old in this company. I used to work for Roman Has Philadelphia earlier. But whatever I understood in last 4 years, that I have been running this business in the Philippines. We were doing business in this country, particularly in this geography, for last about 10 or 12 years. But incidentally, we found it was all done through remote control. We were not physically present into this geography. So we decided to put up a subsidiary sometime in 2012, in July or August. And then after about 8 or 9 months, we were still in a learning process. We did nothing. 2013 April, I personally joined this company, took over as the business head, and we started operating, and that's how our journey of UPL Philippines Inc., that the Philippines subsidiary, is only 4 years. We do have, if you ask what is our specialization or what we are meant for, as I said, we are the 10th largest and the fastest growing agrochemical company with the EBITDA of more than 40%. No other company can boast this type of EBITDA today. We do have, my friends will be discussing from the product development side, from the registration side. They have much more to share with you, but we do have, we are the global leaders in Mancozeb. I don't know how many of you have heard about Mancozeb. Mancozeb is one of the largest selling fungicide molecule globally. We enjoy more than 65 to 70% of the capacity. We do have several patented formulations of Mancozeb. Even in the Philippines, we have introduced a couple of formulations, which is mostly used by the plantation community. We also have dyed Mancozeb, and that dye we derive from the mineral source. It's not a synthetic Mancozeb due to synthetic dye, because of which that is valued much more in the marketplace. Friends, you must be aware that most of the MNCs, the product they sell because of the brand equity or the brand strength, they might be selling at a very, very high price. We don't sell cheap. We sell at a reasonable price. We don't believe in cheap. We believe in reasonably pricing in the marketplace. But our strength is not that we have big capacity. Our strength is we have been able to do backward integration, which very few multinational companies, be it Bayer, be it Syngenta, be it Dow, be it DuPont, so I should not name them, do have that capability, or they had not invested into that area. We were not a very innovative company who had developed new chemistries or new molecules. Obviously, we felt that we'll be reinventing. Today, cost comes mostly from the R&D side. So we felt, how we can optimize the cost. So most of our resources were diverted into doing the backward integration. Now, because of backward integration, we have our own intermediates. We have our own products which are needed to go into the finished products. So we are not dependent on the market forces as far as the pricing is concerned. We have better control on the price, and that's the reason why we are able to give at a reasonable price. We, in spite of the fact that we have 65% of the capacity, our products are not produced entirely in India only, where the cost of production might be low. We are producing it in Rotterdam. We are producing the same product in Bassins in France. We are also producing it in Costa Rica or in Colombia. Still, we have good control on the price. That's because we have been able to do the backward integration. And due to that reason, we are able to give at a reasonable price. We can give at a constant, supplies, there is no problem as far as the supplies are concerned. Of course, when the demand goes high, little bit of it, we are also in a learning process. We may not be very, very accurate, but still, we are doing much better than a lot of other companies. For your understanding, in 4 years' time that UPL Philippines Inc. has come into existence, we are already $8.5 million CIF company in this part of the world. I'm not talking about what our parent company is doing. As a subsidiary, we are doing it. So it itself proves our muscle power or strength. And as a whole group, we are doing more than $15.5 million as a group in this geography. And globally, we are about $2.6 billion company. You must be aware there are post-harvest. We are into the seed business. We are into the specialized products like drought mitigation technology. We have developed that technology also. We are also into the post-harvest technology. Incidentally, we are the global leaders in post-harvest technology. If you want to export your fruits, like pineapple, to a distant country, to Europe or to Canada or to United States, you need to increase the shelf life of your fruits. We are the company who produces wax or other products which actually improves the shelf life of the product, and we are the global leaders into it. Our plants for post-harvest products are lying in Catania of Italy, also in United States. We are incidentally also the global leaders in drought mitigation technology. This is a new technology which has come up. I don't know how many of you, due to the climate change, even I understand, other day I was in North Bengal State University. I met one of your president or vice president of research there, who was telling me that they are looking very desperately as an answer to the farmers for the climate change because of these things. So during the dry spell area or dry spell time, we can provide you with certain product which will preserve the water and stay back in the soil surface, and due to osmotic pressure, when there will be moisture stress in the environment, it will automatically start releasing water. But the moment in the environment the water content or the moisture content is sufficient, it doesn't release water. So it retains the water, and incidentally what it really does, it only not retains the water and help your plant to get rid of the moisture stress situation. It also helps in preventing the nutrient loss. You must be aware that more than 40% of the fertilizer you apply in the soil is lost due to leaching, which most of the people are not aware of. Now, if you can control that 40%, okay, you may not be able to control entire 40%. Even if you control 20% or 30% of the fertilizer which is lost due to leaching, your productivity is optimized. You can cut down on your cost of production. So here is a company which is providing that technology. We have our plant in Gujarat. We also have the similar plant in United States. And it is not a synthetic product. It's based on corn starch. So it has nothing to do to harm the environment. As a matter of fact, it's purely organic. So we are coming out with this technology even in this part of the world. We have done a lot of trials. in upland vegetables in Baguio Benguet area, in banana, in Pangasinan area in the bitter gourd. So those are the products that we'll be gradually introducing here too. I think I have nothing much to say other than that. We are primarily dominant into plantation business, but we are also very popular in rice with one of our particular brand, insecticide brand Chicks. We are now looking at mango, which we'll be hitting at. So that's the reason we are expanding our team here. So my colleagues will take over from me. They will be able to give you better in detail information about our company's plan and future direction. Thank you so much again for joining the crowd here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Tapas, for the charge and Product Development Executive of UPL Philippines. Let's put our hands together for Mr. Marvin Angeles.
Okay. Good evening, everyone. So, yeah, thank you, Sir Tapas, for this for the opening remarks. Actually, a lot has been said already about UPL, but let me just expound more about what the company is all about, why we are here in the Philippines, and about a brief history or background of UPL International. No? Okay, so is this ready? Okay. Yeah. Okay, UPL. So what is UPL? As you can see, there's a saying at the bottom of the slide. It says, doing things better. Okay. So that is the three exact words that is the on the heart of the UPL's philosophy. Okay, so we are in existence in the agricultural industry because we want to, raise the bar in terms of how we help our farmers in the country. Okay, so again, as mentioned, UPL is the global leader in crop protection and post-harvest technology. It is also the largest and fastest growing agrochemical company globally. Actually, the year, I think 2016, we are on the top 10 global leaders in this industry. Of course, there are the other companies such as Bayer, Syngenta, and everything. They're still on the top one, but we are still young, and we are still growing, and currently we are now in the top 10. So that is very good in terms of our of the business. No? And what you are seeing right now, in this slide, we are mostly concentrating the business in the plantation side. Okay, when we say plantation, these are the crops like pineapple, banana, sugarcane, and mostly located in the Mindanao area. So that is our strength here in the Philippines. So that is where we started. Okay, and then recently, to tell you, I joined UPL only last April 6, 2016. So I'm only more or less more than 1 month pa lang, So I just came from a local company who is also into agrochemical as well. So right now I'm the senior, as they said, I'm the senior technical and product development executive, and my job is for me to expand the product portfolio or the product portfolio of UPL into the general trade. When you say general trade, these are the crops like rice, corn, mango, vegetables, etc. So I am what you are seeing right now is these are the our clients in Mindanao. We are into selling or providing these chemicals to Dole, Del Monte, Sumifru, and others. So these are more into banana plantation, banana and pineapple. So currently, we have a lot of things to do, no, in the terms of product development. That is why I am here and our team. So actually, just to inform you, in the Philippines, we are only around 8 personnel, no? And that is very good because, you know why? Right now, as Tapas said, no, we are into around 15.5 million US dollars, and we are only at having 8 personnel doing the overall operations of the company. So that is very good in terms of doing business. Okay, so our commitment, for the farmers is to provide different types of solutions to address the different problems that our farmers are facing in agriculture. Okay, so we are into also doing or educating these farmers for them to be able to maximize their productivity. So the bigger the farmer's yield, the bigger our smile. Yeah. Okay. So to give you a background about UPL, or to give you a brief history, UPL started at around 1969 by Mr. Raju Shroff. Okay, so he's an Indian person, no? So they started manufacturing red phosphorus in the town of Vapi in South Gujarat. Did I say it correctly, sir? South Gujarat. Yeah. So, and then in 1972, the company was awarded of President's Gold Seal for research and development. And then in 1956, they commissioned a factory in London, England, founded the Excel company in London. So this is where the company started to boost its its business in terms of agrochemicals. So in 1976, the first export was made, and on the 1994, MTM Agrochemical was acquired. It's the first international acquisition for entry into Europe. So that started it all. The business expanded to, or we expanded our presence in other countries. As Tapas said, we are into 124 countries in existence. No? When I say 124, not all those 124 has UPL offices. No? Sometimes we do distribution through other channels. No? Like for example, here in the Philippines, we have local distributors like Jardine, Leeds. No? So we channel our products through them, so they are the ones who market the product itself. So not the UPL people itself. No? So that is the channel that we are into the market. Okay. Yeah, so it's around 124 countries all over the world. So we have 28 manufacturing plants located in different parts of the world. No, we have 9 in India, 3 in France, 2 in Argentina, Netherlands, USA, and 1 in each, as you can see in the slide. So meaning, if you have a lot of factories who can manufacture your product, so again, this product, when you sell it to the market, it will be on a reasonable price. Okay, because the transportation of the product from the manufacturing site to the country where it will be sold, no, will be cheaper. Okay, so that is the reason why UPL invested, to put up a lot of manufacturing sites all over the world. And these are the subsidiary office where it is located, no? So Philippines is not yet there. As Tapas said, we are a newly established company here in the Philippines, just 2012, August 2012, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. And globally, we have around 4,804 employees. Yeah, that's a lot. Yeah. So these 4,804 employees are committed to help address food security globally due to the growing population. I think, how many are we right now? 100 billion? No? So there's a lot of us who needs food to survive. And we are, as UPL, we are part to address food security. Okay? So to all of you, just to give you insight, what is an agrochemical company? So agrochemical company deals with the manufacturing, production, trading, export, import, and distribution of any and all types of agrochemical products and byproducts. And when you say agrochemical, it is a generic term used for various chemicals being applied to agricultural crops. So example of these agrochemicals are the following. You have the insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, molluscicides. You also have rodenticides, nematicide, inorganic foliar fertilizers, hormones, and other plant growth regulators. So each of these has different function, no? Or different effects, or what they do in the plant. Okay. Later on, I will explain each of them, not all, but what we only have here in the Philippines that we carry. Okay. So in agriculture, there are different factors affecting the yield. Of course, you have the varieties, the soil fertility, water supply, drought, floods, typhoons, and pests and diseases. So here, or we at UPL, what we address is the pests and diseases. So if all of these things is not or uncontrolled, of course, there will be a low productivity or low yield. Okay? So this is very important, these pests and diseases, because a lot of companies are now into dealing to controlling different insects and diseases which already have resistance. When you say resistance, the fungus or the pest or the disease cannot be controlled by using chemicals. So a lot of companies are developing products to be able to, control this kind of problem in the agricultural industry. Okay. So UPL is one of the manufacturing company of newly active ingredients to address this kind of situations. Okay, so just to give you a brief idea what is pest. So pests are organisms that include certain insects, weeds, fungi, rodents, nematodes, viruses, terrestrial or aquatic plants, whose existence conflicts with people's profit, convenience, or welfare. So when you say insects, okay, in Tagalog, ito yung mga insekto na umaatake sa ating halaman. One of examples are we have leaf hoppers, we have thrips, and spider mites. So we have a lot of them in this in agriculture, no? And we have fungi. So in Tagalog, amag. So hindi natin nakalain meron din palang amag sa agrikultura. Okay? So itong amag na ito, these are the ones that affects the quality of the plant. So therefore, it results to lower yield. Okay. So rodents. Pag sinabi nating rodents, ito yung mga daga, mga harmful na daga that feeds on our crops. Like specifically rice. That is one of the major problem in the rice industry is the harmful mice. Okay? Nematodes. Nematodes is the one yung what is nematode in Tagalog? Maliliit na parang mga bulate. Ayan. Which can be found normally in the roots of the plants. So, and then you have the viruses. Okay? So, when the plants are attacked by viruses, it is really hard to control. You can control bacteria. You can control fungi. But once the plants is attacked by a virus, then what you need to do is to do certain cultural practices to address the problem. Okay? Terrestrial or aquatic plants, or what we say the unwanted plants. When you say unwanted plants, this is what we call weeds, mga damo. Okay? So, we have a lot of weeds in the Philippines that is really hard to control. So, if you have weeds, then it can compete to the sources of plants, or sources of energy, sources of water, sunlight. So once that the weeds established, no, it will affect the quality of your or the quality of the plant. Okay? So ang ibig ko lang pong sabihin is wag nating dapat hindi mauna ang pagtubo ng damo doon sa ating target o yun sa ating halaman. Once na naunang tumubo ang damo, ay matatakpan na ito yung ating halaman na pinapatubo hanggang sa hindi na ito maka-establish ng maayos. Okay? So, according to ERI, around 90% ang nawawala. Or 90% is the losses when you do not control weeds, specifically for rice. No? ERI is the International Rice Research Institute. Okay? So pesticides. Okay, what is pesticides? The one that I showed you a while ago, the insecticides, fungicides, herbicides, and everything. That is what we call pesticides. Pesticide is any substance or product or mixture thereof, including active ingredients, adjuvants, and pesticide formulations intended to control, prevent, destroy, repel, or mitigate directly or indirectly the pest. Okay? So we do not say that pesticide can kill directly, or all of the pesticide can kill the fungus or the bacteria. Some pesticides only repel this kind of problem. So hindi lahat, no? And then just to inform you, in this industry, no, what we are teaching to the farmers is there are no pesticide in the market that can fully control the problem. Okay? So what do I mean by that? Ibig ko lang pong sabihin dito is once you apply pesticides, there is no 100% control. May makakalusot at makakalusot po dyan. So, hindi lahat namamatay. Okay? That is why it is very important that you apply the right kind of insecticide or right kind of pesticide just to control the upsurge of the pests in your crop. Okay? So, you have to know the proper rotation. What is the mode of action of this pesticide, what it can do, stomach action ba siya, or it's a nerve action. So you have to rotate. Okay? So that is why I am here in UPL is to teach farmers the proper way of applying these kinds of products. Okay? Kasi yung ibang farmers po natin, what they do is kapag nakabili sila ng pesticides, they apply lang. Apply ngayon, bukas apply, kinabukasan apply ulit, which is not the proper thing, to do. Okay? You have to know what kind of pesticide that you are applying. So like for example, fungicide. Okay, when you say fungicide, it kills fungus. Okay? So insecticide, when you say insecticide, it kills insects. Okay, so farmers have to know what is the target pest. Not only applying pesticide, they have to know what is the target pest. Meaning, when they see symptoms, on the plant, they actually need to investigate first, what caused the problem. Is it a fungus? Is it an insect? So if it is an insect, then you have to use insecticides. If it is a fungus, then you have to use fungicides. So that is the simplest way how to explain this. Now we proceed, Again, as I've said, these are all the pesticides existing. Okay, as you can see, you have the fungicide. Again, this is for the control of fungus. The photo shows symptoms of sigatoka, in banana. Then you have herbicide. So this is to control unwanted plants, or what we call weeds. The insecticides, it controls insects. Molluscicide, we also have molluscicide. But here in UPL, I think we do not have molluscicide on our portfolio. But soon, I think this is one of the biggest market in terms of controlling the snails in the rice field. Molluscicide means, ang pinapatay niya is yung mga kuhol. Mollusk, yeah. Golden snail. Ayan. So, masarap daw. Kasi yung golden snail na yan, ang history niyan, sino po ang nagdala? Who brought the golden snail? Spaniards? No. But there's a history, someone from the government brought the Imelda Marcos, yeah. So I don't know if it is proper to say it here in the media event, but that is the truth behind this. It was brought in the country as a source of protein, food, but eventually it became a pest. Yeah. What happened is that nagkaroon ng flooding, nakawala yung ating mga golden snail, kuhol, yan. And then what happened is that it easily multiply, so it feeds on the young rice plants. So it became a pest. So that is the story behind it. That is why a lot of companies right now are into developing new products to control this golden snail kuhol, golden snail. So another pesticide is bactericide. This is different with the fungicide. So when you say bactericide, it controls bacteria. We have a lot of diseases that is caused by bacteria. One example is yung bacterial wilt. Okay, so some strains are really hard to control right now. But if you apply pesticide at an early stage, it is more on the prevention. Okay, so that is an important knowledge that we want the farmers to know. Once that the bacteria is already in your plant and the plant started to wilt, then farmers will have a problem. That is why it is really important to apply bactericide at an early stage for prevention. Yeah, again, nematicide. This is what the nematodes look like. You can find it in the roots of your crops. Rodenticide again for those harmful rodents or mga taga. And then of course we have the termiticide for termites, termite control. Okay. So yeah, in the Philippines, again, we were established in the year 2012. So what? We are how many years? 5 years in the Philippines. And Sir Tapas is our country head, no? Who helped UPL to grow, no, up to 15.5 million US dollars. Okay. So here in the Philippines, what we have are the insecticides, fungicide, herbicide, post-harvest chemicals, nematicide, and adjuvants. We also have as well. And we are also into seeds and biologicals. So our portfolio extends from seeds to post-harvest. So these are all the target or the crops that we are focusing on. Here you can see the plantations, the banana plantation. You have the pineapple plantation, the cacao, rice, sugarcane, and other lowland vegetable, lowland and upland vegetable. No? When we say lowland, ito yung mga eggplants, tomatoes, watermelon, and everything. No? When you say upland, these are the cabbages, the carrots, and potatoes. So that is what we are mostly focusing on. No? But probably around our operation revolves in the plantation. Now we are into this business, no, on the general trade market, especially right now that a lot of pests are really attacking our mango industry. No? So some insects in mangoes are really hard to control. Like for example, the sessid fly, o yung tinatawag in Tagalog na kuriko. Yan, kuriko. Ito yung mga tumutusok sa mangga. So sometimes what farmers do is to do an early bagging. So but even if they do early bagging, may mga nakakalusot pa rin dyan. So that is why mango producers right now are looking into new products that can control this kind of pest. And also we are developing new products to control anthracnose. Yeah. Anthracnose is a disease that is caused by a fungus, okay, especially during rainy season. No? So we are also addressing that problem here in the country. And also we are looking into bigger fruits, no, or healthier fruits by applying foliar fertilizers. So probably in a few years' time or a few months, I think, no, we will introduce a lot of products, new products in the market, which can help our farmers grow and which can improve our capacity to export mangoes in other countries. No? So that is one of our goal actually, to help our mango producers, no, to address this kind of problem. Now in UPL, currently what we have in our portfolio, we have some fungicides already registered. We have microtiol, Vondozeb, different kinds of formulation and Cuprofix and Manzate. No? Some of these products, as Tapas have said, is as an active ingredient which what we call mancozeb. No? Again, UPL is one of the leading producer of mancozeb, which has a very high quality. No? So a lot of our clients, when they say mancozeb at galing sa UPL, so meaning they do trust us and they do use the product, no? Without question, okay, because of the quality. Okay, so some of the products also is Cuprofix. It is a copper-based fungicide which can control fungicide and fungus and bacteria as well. We have a patent technology, what we call disperse technology. So this is a patented technology by UPL. So the product is actually super micronized for even distribution when you apply it into the field. So that is one technology that is unique, you know, for UPL. So yeah, the key features of Vondozeb, this is our main fungicide that we carry with an active ingredient of mancozeb. So it reduces the dose rate by 25% and thus has excellent benefit, excellent resistance to leaching, provides prolonged efficacy in case of rain, meaning when you apply the product, it really sticks into the leaves. Okay? So even if it rains, hindi kagad siya nawawash out. Okay? Because it is micronized, what happens is that in the leaves, kapag sa malayo, akala mo very smooth. But actually, yung leaves is may mga grooves yan eh. Diba? Pag tingnan mo under the microscope. And when your product is micronized, so it is the product itself ay pumapasok dun sa mga grooves na yan. So meaning matagal yan nawawash off. So it gives longer protection to your crop. So even if normally farmers do spray every 7 days, every 3 days, some farmers, but when you apply our product with this kind of formulation, you can probably apply around 14 days interval. So longer protection. Less risk of inhalation and contact with ice, meaning the product is not dusty, no? And quality of the formulation is easy to use. Okay? So we are specifically positioning this product in the plantation market. But it can also be used in other crops as well. No? And one of the problem in banana is the black sigatoka. Okay? So, very prevalent yung disease na yan. And a lot of companies are focusing on how to control this disease in banana. It lowers down the yield and the quality of the fruit of the plant. So this is our product which can control this kind of disease. So we have several formulations. We have the 42SC, 62OD, and 75WG. Actually, the number is the percentage, no, of how much active ingredient is into the product. So when you say 75WG, it means 75% of it contains the active ingredient. Okay? Like for example, in 1 kilo, 75% is the actual active ingredient. And WG is the formulation. So we have several formulations. WG means wettable granules. So why we have several formulations? Because it is used differently, no? So may mga specific siyang target, no? That is why we have several formulations. Yes, we have herbicide as well. We have 3 actually already registered. Fascinate 150 SL, Sweep 480 SL, and Lifeline. So one example is Fascinate. This is a non-selective post-emergent herbicide for control of annual and perennial grasses, sedges, and broadleaf. So it is composed by glufosinate ammonium. Okay, so we are specifically positioning this one into plantation as well, sa mga banana. Okay, there are a lot of weeds already that is resistant to other herbicides, and glufosinate is one of the best product, or fascinate is one of the best product to address this kind of situation, to control the weeds. Okay, so we are now into promoting this to different plantations like Del Monte, Dole, Sumifru, Marsman, etc. So what happens when you spray fascinate? The photosynthesis is inhibited. No? Okay. So what is photosynthesis? It means that the capacity of the plant to produce its own food. Yes, ma'am. Yes. So that is what is happening when you spray the product into the weed, or the product into the plant, then it inhibits this photosynthesis. That is why in a few days you can see that it will wither and die. We have also insecticides. We have Cyrox, Pulsar, and Chicks. So Cyrox is the its active ingredient is actually cypermethrin, no? So this is one kind of pyrethroids. When you apply this, it attacks actually the nervous system of the insect. So it can control a lot of insects, especially can be used in rice to control hoppers and green leaf hopper. Of course, when you have green leaf hopper, there's an instance na, or there might be a virus na rin on the rice, because this green leaf hopper carries viruses. So it is very important to control these hoppers. Okay, so other insects that you can control is the aphids, thrips, carrying beetle. So it's a broad insecticide. Maraming mga insekto na pwede siyang makontrol. That is why it's heavily used in the agriculture industry. Okay? And then we have the rodenticide, what we call, the brand name is Ratol. Okay, it's a zinc phosphide, or it contains zinc phosphide. So this is what we use to kill these harmful rodents, yung mga daga na makikita natin sa palayan. Okay, sometimes kapag sabi nila, ang ganda-ganda ng palay mo, pero may iba doon, kapag malaki na, mga parang missing heels. So ibig sabihin, inatake na yan ng daga. So that is heavily used in the market, yung ating rodenticide. So there is a lot of rodenticide in the market, but Ratol is one of the popular one. And again, as Tapas said, no, we also have the starch-based super absorbent. Okay, so when you say super absorbent, it means it absorbs 400 times yung water, no? Okay, so like for example, during El Nino period, mahirap kumuha ng tubig, tagtuyo, walang makuha ng tubig ng ating mga farmers. So this is a very good product, a very interesting product to apply, no, to prevent the drought symptoms dun sa ating mga halaman. Okay? And it's a somehow organic product because it is a starch-based product, cornstarch actually. And in our portfolio, in the future, we will also carry foliar fertilizers. We have different types of foliar fertilizers that we want to introduce into the market, which contains the 16 essential elements. Okay, so marami palang mga elements na kailangan din ng halaman. Parang tao din. Okay? So, we also into post-harvest products. No? So, you have to extend the shelf life, not only during the pre-harvest. No? Yung pala, kailangan din pala natin na alagaan yung ating produce after harvest. Okay? So, some produce like mangoes, it has only a shelf life of around 7 days. Meaning, once you harvest the product or once you harvest the mangoes and you store it under room temperature, no? When I say room temperature is you store mo lang, hindi mo nilagay sa refrigerator or sa under cold temperature, hinayaan mo lang dyan. After 7 days, is makikita mong unti-unti na siyang nabubulok.
Chemical yan, hindi ka agad kinakagat, especially in the market. I have two things na gusto mo nang itanong. Una, ito po ba is for organic fertilizer or chemical fertilizer? Ito pong iniuntos natin product. Okay. And then, ang second po, na point kung gustong malaman is pagka ibinenta kasi sa or inintroduce mo sa market, ang unang tanong ka agad is how much. So yun po muna siguro.
May I know your question in English?
This event, we hope you present us on a good write-up, and may we see you again, hopefully.